सब्सक्राइब कीजिए ध्येय IAS चैनल को और बेल आइकन को दबाइए लेटेस्ट वीडियोस सबसे पहले देखने के लिए।
Recently, the United Nations has its first ever guidelines concerning to social justice for people with disabilities. This was done in order to make it easier for the people with disabilities to access justice systems around the world. There are some guidelines and a definition of disabled as well. In today's edition of our DNS, we will talk about the guidelines issued by the UN and also know what are the guidelines and rights given to disabled persons in India. Let us first know what is the definition of the disabled person according to the UN. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities was adopted in the year 2007. It was adopted as the first major instrument of human rights in the 21st century. It defines persons with disabilities as those who have long-term physical, mental, intellectual or sensory impairments, which in interaction with various barriers may hinder their full and effective participation in society on an equal basis with others. There are certain guidelines as well comprising of a set of 10 principles. These principles are: Principle 1. All persons with disabilities have legal capacity and therefore no one shall be denied access to justice on the basis of disability. Principle number 2. Facilities and services must be universally accessible to ensure equal access to justice without discrimination of persons with disabilities. Principle 3. Persons with disabilities, including children with disabilities, have the right to appropriate procedural accommodations. Principle number 4. Persons with disabilities have the right to access legal notices and information in a timely and accessible manner on an equal basis with others. Principle number 5. Persons with disabilities are entitled to all substantive and procedural safeguards recognized in international law on an equal basis with others, and states must provide the necessary accommodations to guarantee due process. Principle number 6. Persons with disabilities have the right to free or affordable legal assistance. Principle number 7. Persons with disabilities have the right to participate in the administration of justice on an equal basis with others. Principle number 8. Persons with disabilities have the rights to report complaints and initiate legal proceedings concerning human rights violations and crimes, have their complaints investigated, and be afforded effective remedies. Principle number 9. Effective and robust monitoring mechanisms play a critical role in supporting access to justice for persons with disabilities. Lastly, the Principle 10. All those working in the justice system must be provided with awareness raising and training programs addressing the rights of persons with disabilities, in particular in the context of access to justice. According to the UN, discrimination on the basis of disability means any distinction, exclusion or restriction on the basis of disability which has the purpose or effect of impairing or nullifying the recognition, enjoyment or exercise on an equal basis with others of all human rights and fundamental freedoms in the political, economic, social, cultural, civil, or any other field. It includes all forms of discrimination, including denial of reasonable accommodation. Reasonable accommodation here means the modification and adjustment in a particular case so that persons with disabilities can enjoy and exercise human rights and fundamental freedoms on an equal basis. As per statistics maintained by the UN, in India 2.4% of males are disabled and 2% of females from all age groups are disabled. Disabilities include psychological impairment, intellectual impairment, speaking, multiple impairment, hearing, among others. In India, to provide the persons with disabilities and to enhance their betterment, the Parliament has enacted the Right of Persons with Disabilities Act 2016. Apart from this, the government has also launched some schemes for the benefits of persons with disabilities, which include Accessible India Campaign, Deen Dayal Disabled Rehabilitation Scheme, and assistance to disabled persons for purchase or fitting of aids and appliances. Along with this, the government also provides scholarships to them.